Way Out West, thoughts on Penn clearly outperforming Guardian Mass Mutual for the same person and premium. Yeah, I think my interpretation is it likely has a lower cost of insurance. I think Penn Mutual has a lower cost of insurance. We end up with slightly lower dividend than Mass Mutual, slightly higher dividend than Guardian. I can't do a 90-10 design with it. I can only do an 80-20 design with Penn Mutual. So it takes a little bit of time to catch up. But once it catches up, according to the illustrations, it's going to outperform both of those two in the long run. So Mass Mutual and Guardian, I can get 90-10 design. We can get you really high cash value in the first year. I can't get quite as high with a Penn Mutual policy. So while it may start out a little bit behind, it does ramp up pretty quickly. Now, part of that might be how they pay out their dividends as well. And they may commit more dividends to paid up additions than Guardian or Mass Mutual. Because when we do that high blended design, we get less dividends. We still get a lot bigger growth because we're working on massive more cash value. When we're comparing Guardian to Guardian and a 90-10 design to a 60-30 or 60-40 or a 70-30, the 90-10 design outperforms it big time. In the long run, big time. Mass Mutual, compare the 90-10 design to any other blend design, outperforms it big time. Penn Mutual, 80-20, best design I can do. When I compare the 80-20 design to a 60-40 design or 70-30, the 80-20 outperforms the other ones big time. So we're way better off going with as much blend as we can do when we're comparing inside carrier to carrier. But when we start comparing one carrier to the other, all of those underlying things make a difference. The underlying cost of insurance, how the dividends are factored into it, how they're going to pay out. The current dividend rates obviously make a difference. So all of those things matter. And yeah, I mean, illustration-wise, Penn Mutual outperforms both of those. I really like Penn Mutual. I'm hoping to get a policy with them soon, but the downside is they're not very flexible. They're like Mass Mutual. You got to know how much you're putting into that policy each year. So it kind of limits the appeal depending on the client. It does work for some people. If you don't need the flexibility inside the policy for contributions, I keep recommending people go with Penn Mutual. Because we do get the best illustrations. But I still sell way more Guardian and Mass Mutual than anything. Just Mass Mutual doesn't have the flexibility either, but I get a lot of people that early cash value is one of the biggest keys. Like real estate investors I work with, they want all that cash value available. You know, they don't care about a tiny percentage difference growth over 30 years in these policies when they can get, if they have access to extra cash, it can cost them a deal that they can make 300 or 400% on. So for them, early cash value is king. For other people, not quite the case. So everyone has their own needs, and we just try and match it up best. Try and match up the need to the policy and the person. Let's see. You've seen the Penn policy you're referring to, and the Guardian Mass Mutual were designed by IBC Global, so you know it was done right. Penn overly optimistic projections? No, I don't think that's the case. I don't write it off as that case. I think the difference comes down to underlying cost of insurance and the dividends. I think it's as simple as that. It just takes some time. Penn Mutual takes a little bit of time to ramp up. Once it does, it's going to perform really well. A part of it has to do with how the blend goes, that term blend. Guardian, we can't do the same kind of blend. Guardian has one type of term insurance that we can blend with those, and it goes away in 7 to usually 14 years. Not much I can do about that. With Penn Mutual, I can get that blend to last 40 years if we want to. So it just depends.
Hope you found value in today's video. If you'd like to find out more about IUL and whole life, check out these videos right over here, and we'll see you next time.
Now go maximize your cash flow.